Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Octopath Traveler 0. Last time we left off, we got an 8th party member. So maybe Lorana is joining us, or maybe there's extra party members? Maybe? That would be weird, I feel, but not totally outside the realm of possibility, I suppose. But we have completed that, and now we need to go to Valor for both Master of Wealth and Fame. So, I guess we just pick one. Hello. Okay, so this is Wealth. Hey Quinn, been a while. Tell the truth, we could use your help again. What do you say? Banquet thrown by Lady Herminia. Bargello impresses the underworld with his bravery. Now his new boss, Taviani, has an order. Yeah, we did hear about this a little bit before. The story so far. This might also have to be a shorter episode today because I'm getting it up late, I'm sorry. Been a crazy day. Her riches are unrivaled in all of Orstera. Selling her product in the shadows, she rules Valor with money and fear, but Bargello has plans to reclaim his home. With his comrades, he infiltrated Lady Herminia's banquet, and there befriended her arch-rival Taviani. Use what we can and who we can. And so, Bargello worked to make a name for himself in the shadows. Okay. Oh.
Herminia-sama,
You got your harem in bed with you?
この後、資産家オットー氏と商談。ベケル家とマズローネ家とのご昼食。もう結構ですわ。ヘルミニア様、それと気になることが。フロストランドでの取引ですが、ドン・タビアーニに不穏な動きがあるようです。タビアーニさんも忙しいわね。ご心配は不要よ。手は打ってありますの。富で動かぬものなどありませんわ。
I mean, it can't buy a conscience.
俺たちを直に呼ぶとか初めてだよな。
It can't buy, like, real love from people either. You're going to live your entire life knowing that no one around you actually cares about you. They're just appealing to you because you're in a position of power. And you'll always have that paranoia. Even if someone does actually love you, you won't believe it.
自分の女の世話でもさせるんじゃねえ？
そいつは悪いジョークだ。女ってのは財布がいくつあっても足りねえ。金で男の気持ちを確かめてる。貢がれるほど思われてるって幸せ感じるのさ。
はいはい。つまりこうだろ？
Don't put stupid ideas in Piero's head.
いい女を抱きたきゃ金を稼ぎ。
Or you can just be a good and interesting person. It's not mistress, no. No, I don't really need to take notes. I'm good. These notes suck anyway. Thanks, Fra. Agreed, Bargello.
バルジェロ、自分だけカッコつける気か？
金で女を買って満足かとでも言いたけじゃん。
I mean, there's nothing wrong with paying for pleasure, but the idea that the only way you can, you know, get a mistress or something is by just buying her tons and tons of nice things is like, you know.
金で女を買って満足か？おそらくもっとやばい仕事だ。
I'm too dimmy to pay for pleasure, honestly.
タビアーニが内密に伝えるほどだからな。
バルジェロ、予想以上の働きぶりだ。お前たちが入り、組織はすこぶる調子がいい。やはり俺の目は確かだった。バルジェロ、次はでかい仕事を任せるぞ。
This is a classic infiltrate the group and then just slowly eat it from the inside.
願ってもないですね。
エンバーグローの北西にとある地下遺跡があってな。
Ooh, Emberglow.
そこは粉の隠し場所で取引場所でもある。
Massive stock of powder. Flashback to the end of Chapter 1 of Final Fantasy Tactics.
近くに大きな取引でヘルミニアがやってくるらしい。
で、仕事の内容は？
あの魔女を葬る。燃やして灰にして粉にしてやる。
なるほど。かなりの火がいりますね。
そういうことだ。お前たちはエンバーグローに出発しろ。俺の右腕を待たせてやる。
Okay.
バルジェロ。
ああ、願ってもない好機だ。へへ、こんなに早く回ってくるとはな。抜かるなよ、お前。
Oops, sorry.
ヘルミニアを倒し新たな時代を作る。やるか。
This isn't gonna work. There's so many chapters left.
入れよ。
Yeah, I'm one of you.
ティーナ。
Our little thing is so dumb, though. We just give a thumbs up and say for the family. We don't do like a cool fist bump or hug or anything. Just for the family, thumbs up. We need a better thing. You know? Master of Wealth, Chapter 2, A Flower Blooms. The flower is the explosion I'm going to be causing. Yes. Hello. Herb of Light, I'm good. Ooh, I do have 9,000. We have money. That is for sure. That does remind me. So we need to go to Emberglow, but I do want to go back to Wishvale. Just because, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff for us to collect. There's got to be like a collect all button at some point, you know? There's got to be. Because, yeah, like doing this is needed, it's important. Because it's just free stuff. But, yeah. There needs to be a faster way. There must be a faster way. It's probably like upgrading one of the buildings or something. Chicken meat, plum, 100. Wow, that's like nothing. That's like nothing. 100? Worthless. Give my tomatoes. Just leave the fields. Yep, there's more than enough for everyone. Thank you. Give me all of my chicken. Oh, we don't have any yield yet. Okay. It said where are the fields? I'm gonna produce more crops and didn't you increase harvest in general? Thought you did. Town buildings. Can I upgrade anything? Ooh, I can. Oh wait, no, I need 4. Never mind. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I'm out then. Off to Emberglow. We just left here. Hey, Bargello.
集まったな。さて、タビアーニの右腕と落ち合う予定だが。右腕ってどんなやつなんだ？
そこが重要だぜ。
おい。
あれってもしかして
ソニアか。
I don't recognize this person.
しばらくだね、バルジェロ。
Used to be in the gang?
と、その取り巻き。
おいおいおい。
That chill, Tiziano. I know you're probably like young and stupid, but come on.
いい女になっても口は相変わらずだな。
へへ、10年ぶりか。仲良くしようぜ。一緒に臭い飯食った仲だ。
見慣れない人もいる。
Okay, I'll give Tiziano a little bit more of a pass if like they are actually friends, but just saying like silence woman is just like please.
こいつは新入りだ。信頼できる。
If you two have history together, it's less weird, but still.
なあ、こいつのおかげでここまで来れたんだ。
へえ、なかなかやるのね。
I am.
しかしお前がタビアーニの右腕とはな。
貧民街では負け知らずだったけどな。どこで道を踏み外したんだ、ソニア。
私は私の目標に向かってるだけ。
Yeah?
貧民に生まれたって夢くらい見させてよ。明日ヘルミニアが地下遺跡に現れる。タビアーニさんと合流し始末するわ。ゆっくり休んでおくことね。
We gotta get some good nap in.
そのワインを飲み干したの？タビアーニさんが気に入るわけだね。
そういうことだ。どうした？
あんたと組むなんて運命みたいなのを感じる。
ロマンチストだな。
I was about to say, is this an old fire being rekindled?
子供の頃よく一緒に悪さしたよね。ほら覚えてる？私たちの町白ぶどうが咲くでしょ。あのぶどう一緒に何度も盗もうとしたわね。春に白い花が咲くたびあの頃を思い出すわ。その日の食べ物も知れない貧しさを。
懐かしいな。ソニアの家も農家だった。あの白ぶどう上質なワインになるってな。俺はあいつらと町を出たが、お前はどうしていた？
あの後農園は買われたの。大富豪ヘルミニアに。
I see, I see. I see.
あの白ぶどう畑は家の財産だった。
Yeah, unfortunately, as people are learning very often these days, if the rich want something, chances are they can get it, even if they have to bribe some government officials to do it.
それを無理やり奪われ、親は貧しいまま死んだわ。だから私はヘルミニアから財産を奪い返す道を選んだ。そしたら父と母が報われる気がして。
で、タビアーニに着いたのか？
そうよ。この手も随分と汚したわ。でも私はどうなってもいい。あの白ぶどう畑を取り戻すまではね。
俺たちの町は魔女に変われおかしくなった。この手でマシな町を取り戻そう。
じゃあ明日ね。立花の館跡はこの町の北だから。
分かってる。もう子供じゃない。
ならいいけど。
I mean, as long as you have a map. For me, the problem is not being able to, know where I'm going when I don't have a map. That's my big struggle. Alright, meet up at the Snowbloom Ruins. So we probably want to save right there. But let's, oh, it's this place. Yeah, that was right up here. And I apparently never got the treasure. Oh, that would be why. That'd be why I never got it. Okay, didn't I go into that place already? I swear I did. I think there was a monster in there, I never finished, like, fighting, basically. Okay, that reminds me too. Let's, swap Finn out of the front here, because I do want to give Delicia a shot here. Alright, let's get in. Snowbloom Ruins. Oh wait, no, I have not been in this one, I don't think. I saw it, but I haven't been in here. Thinking of a different cave.
いいか、バルジェロ。お前らは直進し、相手の戦力を削いでいけ。ソニアたちは先行して見張りを殺せ。採用で取引が行われているはずだ。ヘルミニアは俺がやる。分かったな。危険な仕事になる。覚悟していけ。
I mean, props at least to Taviani for actually putting himself in danger here as well. Like, I feel like a lot of like heads of a family or even a business or something, they don't want to get their own hands dirty. They won't put themselves at risk for this, but I mean, you're at least at the bare minimum doing that.
帰ったらとびきり上等な酒で祝おう。
覚悟はいいか。頼りにしてるぜ。
Yeah.
いいじゃんか。一丁かまそうぜ。
ピエロ、足が震えてるぞ。
気のせいだろ。寒いだけだし。
確かにクールだ。
It's go time. Thank you, Fra. Jana.
バルジェロ。
Oh. I need to see them grow happy and healthy together, but I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen. Either one or both of them are dying at some point. Maybe not exactly here, but you are weak to that. There you go. Bow. And bonk. Well, you know, we're pretty over-leveled for these fights, so I kind of don't mind having, like, you know, the 2x speed on for these. For slower things like boss fights and stuff, I kind of like not having it on, because it's, you know, more like cinematic and stuff, I guess, and people can keep up with it more. But since I'm just kind of spamming attack in a lot of these random battles, it's, you know, it's not that crazy or important. It does make me, always like when JRPGs like actually have difficult random battles, like have less of them, but who do we want to have more SP? Kelsis. Having less of them, but having them be scary, like each battle actually be intimidating, kind of like CRPGs and stuff, is always fun. I don't mind this particular, these particular types of random battles, where you're kind of just like going through the motions here a lot of the time. But it is fun when there is some stuff that's actually scary that you run into, because it makes you have to like switch your thinking. But in this, at least so far, it seems like the boss fights are really the only main challenge, unless I go to an area where I'm under-leveled for. But yeah, it's one of those JRPGs. But I have played some JRPGs where like every single fight you get into can be death if you're not careful. Like Shin Megami Tensei is a fantastic example of this. The SMT series is good about that. Persona not as much as SMT. I mean, it can happen in Persona 2, but just straight up Shin Megami Tensei, it's like, oh my god, you can... I remember my playthrough of SMT 5, like, I ran into, like, one of the earliest enemies and just straight up died. Like, just got absolutely bodied by them. So it's always fun when that is an option. The same could happen sometimes in, like, Bravely Default and stuff as well, and some of, like... Bravely Default, the boss fights were extremely hard. But I feel like due to the nature of Octopath Traveler, and since you're going through multiple stories, and you can go through them at any point that you want, it kind of creates a situation where you're always going to be over-leveled, basically. It makes me wish that more games had Tactics Ogres. Tactics Ogres system, where like when you did story missions, it would de-level you to the level that is appropriate for that mission and give you mission appropriate equipment, which is cool, because then you can still get like overpowered and stuff for like other things, but main story stuff, it puts you back in a state where it's like, okay, you do have to actually think tactically instead of just grind.
Sonia とタビアーニがこの先で待っているはずだ。あと少しで魔女を追い詰められる。
急ごうぜ。
急ごうぜ。
おい、なんだよあれ。
The diary? Or an old person?
じいさん行かすな。ここに住んでるのか。
無知な者め、立ち去るがいい。
笑わせてくれるぜ。さては旅芸人か？
ここは昔、ある大富豪の領地。
Is this where I get the merchant class?
私はその使用人じゃった。
ジョークだろ。昔話かよ。
そこどきな。俺たちは忙しいの。
ここへ来たあんたらにも関係がある話じゃ。よいか？これは警告じゃぞ。
その骨が折れる音を先に聞きたいか？
よせ。
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in turning down a warning.
私はあの家で悪夢を見た。
It can't be that bad. It's only level 10, old timer.
ベルトリーニ家。鉱山を掘り当て富豪となった名家じゃ。だがある時、主が死に遺産争いとなった。
Kind of reminds me from Octopath 1. I think this is on Tressa's story route, where you go to the town where they're like obsessed with like there's like a gold rush or like something like it, that they're mining some kind of mineral or ore, and it's all about that.
長女と次女は強欲じゃった。自らの取り分のため親族を次々と殺していった。そして末娘の三女を遠くへ売り飛ばした。
Are we gonna get some backstory about Herminia? Were you possibly the little sister that was sold to a brothel in a far-off land?
長女と次女は遺産を手にしたのじゃ。
I mean, I'm thinking you weren't the sister, but if they were trying to, like, I don't know, give some kind of, like, oh, feel sorry for Herminia and her backstory, that would make sense. But I also could see you just being one of the two on the left. I don't know how long ago this was, though.
三女は遠い町で娼婦として身銭を稼いだ。来る日も来る日も。ある時三女はマフィアのボスに気に入られた。
You straight up said mafia boss.
ボスの女となり地位を築き、数年後三女は手下を懐柔しボスを暗殺した。三女は新たなボスとなり生まれた屋敷へ帰る。裕福な暮らしをしていた長女と次女、その娘たちを手下に侵させ、三女は遺産を奪い、それを元手に悪行を重ね、今では大陸一の大富豪にまでなった。
Yep, so it was her.
そしてその女が大富豪ヘルミニアだろ、じいさん。
いかにも。
おいおい、マジか。
やっぱりイカレ女じゃねえか。
俺たちはそのヘルミニアに用があってきた。どいてくれるか。
I mean, you went through some rough shit, Herminia, but that also doesn't mean that you need to repay the world and people in general by doing more messed up shit and, you know, inflicting just as much, if not more, harm on others as was done to you.
私はあの屋敷で一人だけ命拾いをした。だが二度と歩けない足にされ手を引くべきじゃ。あの魔女は富に呪われておる。
よく下の回るじいさんだ。
行こうぜバルジェロ。タビアーニが待ってる。
Okay. Woman is cursed with wealth. Yep, we know. Interfere with Herminia's business deal. The dungeon won't be too long here. I do find myself sometimes missing, since we were talking about, like, you know, JRPG things and stuff earlier. I do find myself missing when, like, JRPG dungeons had, like, puzzles and stuff. Like, sometimes I would get annoyed by them in some games because, you know, you could still run into, like, random battles and stuff while dealing with it, which was always a pain. But, I still miss them, because they added a certain little bit of extra depth to dungeons, and just generally the play in, JRPGs that I did like. Like, I think of, you know, like, the Mordio sewers from, like, Tales of Symphonia, for example. Like, going through those and having to solve the moving block puzzles, and honestly, just a lot of earlier Tales games puzzle solving was quite fun, I found. Like, I did struggle with it when I was a kid, but now that it's not there in a lot of JRPGs, I do find I miss it a little bit, you know? Puzzles used to be such a big, integral part of JRPGs, and it's just not done as much these days. So I do find myself missing it. I think a mixture of both would be good. Like, have some puzzles, and, you know, have some games that don't have puzzles. Because another highlight of JRPG puzzle solving would definitely be, what's it called? Golden Sun. Because Golden Sun had a ton of them, and it took it to the, like, absolute, you know, limit of puzzle solving in those, which was cool. I like that. Like I said, the added bit of extra depth is just nice. Okay, I think the other thing you're weak to is spear. I can whack you. I'm not gonna do it this turn. Let's weaken your foundation. Okay, you are weak to sword. Good. Alright. Now, let's switch to you. And... God, I need some better skills for you, Finn. I really do. Boom. Poison's touch. Got the poison. We are going to swap to you so that you can do a big... It doesn't change how much your defense gets lowered, so we're just going to do that. And hit you with a fireball. 2000. Yeah, I still need to check, like, how exactly do you attack from the back line there. Let's just do the Vanguard Spear, though. Okay, I wanted to check if it was spears that you were weak to. Seems like it's actually not. Did you die from this? Thank you. Appreciated. Give me my Radiant Cornerstone. Thank you. Spear Sweep Mastery does sound like it could be nice, actually. Currently have Vacuum Slice. I guess that's just to all foes. Good, actually. Could unlock some slots on some people. We still need a little bit more before we can learn some more battle skills and things. I just need more of those options in general. Okay. Study. Get out of here, bat. I said this was going to be a shorter one, but I do want to just finish the chapter. It feels weird to not finish the chapter, you know? Great damage. I'm gonna hit you with one of those. Lower your speed. Fireball. Okay, you're weak to that. Nice. Not really much I can do here. Just gonna stab you, I guess. You can break. I should have let Finn break, actually. Because he does have the thing where he gets like extra attack when he breaks. Alright. Die. We probably don't need to do all of that, yeah. I don't need to waste SP on magic there. And still no level up on the horizon. Okay, wait, that's where we're supposed to go. So this path over here is where we should be going here. There was also like, not quite puzzles. For the games that didn't have puzzles, what they would have is like a version of a puzzle, I guess. Which is like old RPGs things that they did where they would like hide treasure chests in weird spots. Like you'd have to find like ways through walls or something to get to this treasure chest. Those were fun too. Suikoden had a little bit of that. I think of like 4 Heroes of Light. Bravely Default may have had that. Some of the earlier Final Fantasy games. 4 Heroes of Light definitely had it though, which was basically the precursor to Bravely Default. But yeah. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's cool. Gonna attack the Reptilios actually. Because... Let's see, who's next? Me? Okay, I can break the Reptilios. So we can do this. Hit. 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 Fireball. There we go. Give me my JP. Herb of Vigor. Alright. We, save and do this fight. Oh, that's their group. Uh-oh.
タビアーニ
Yeah, Taviani got messed up. Jeez.
死んでるマジかよ
Oh, shit. Well, we didn't even have to do much to take over the family.
一体どうなってる？何があった？
バルジェロやばいぜなあ罠だつらかろうぜ
冷静になれ。
Yeah, we need to stay calm under pressure.
あらあらかわいい坊やたち私の庭で遊んでいるの
ヘルミニア。
パーティーで見かけた坊やですわねそれにあなたまた私の顔をそんなに見つめて蚊ならもうはたき落としましたわよドン・タビアーニ目障りな存在でしたわでもその今は悲しいものでしたわ部下を殺され一人になるとどうなさったと思って
Probably begged for his life.
私の足にすがって命乞いをしましたのよ
Yep.
あの哀れな目くり抜いて飾りたいくらい
There's the big Ojo-sama laugh.
クソ魔女め。
最高の惨事ですわさあ残りの蚊も叩き潰して差し上げて
Is this going to be Sonia somehow? Because I was kind of thinking since she got introduced, like, what if she's she's a double agent, basically? Or is it the lady in waiting? Yep. Yep. As expected, it's Sonia. I mean, a character gets introduced, named character, you're clearly going to be our boss. So.
なんで
I mean, girl's trying to make her coin, I guess. I don't agree with it, though, especially working with this jackass.
なんでそいつの隣にいるんだよソニア
I mean, she's just trying to use her, I suppose, but... I mean, we're doing the same thing with Taviani, so where am I to talk? I think Taviani generally has done less horrible things than Herminia, but still isn't great.
ヘルミニア様お任せください
頼もしいですわソニアさん
I wouldn't be so sure.
タビアーニさんたちをやったのはこの子ですよ私が勝った自慢の兵ですわ坊やたちがどんな顔で死ぬか少し興味あるけど
It's funny, because I'm fairly sure you're probably going to be my final boss of this whole thing, so you could just kill me yourself, but I guess you just see me as not as important, it's not worth selling your hands over.
あいにく商談があるのソニアさん苦しめて殺して差し上げて
Good luck.
かしこまりましたヘルミニア様そういうことここで死ぬ
なぜだ、ソニア。
You do realize there is 12 of us to your 1. Like, you took out 3 people, congratulations, big claps, but 12 is an entirely different number.
私の主はヘルミニア様よヘルミニア様は私に富を与えてくださった
I'd like to headcanon, though, in these games especially, like, you are traveling with all of your friends, but save for some bosses like Galdera or, like, very in-game bosses, I'd like to headcanon that whichever character you're, like, the story you're currently playing for them, they're the only ones actually experiencing those events. So this is more like me, Bargello, and crew are fighting, and my other characters are there for gameplay reasons, but In my head canon, it's like, no, it's us 5, and she's like, I'm going to take all of you out. That makes more sense.
Bargero, あんたにはわからない。この世、富こそすべて。
I mean, coin has a lot of power, but by becoming the exact same thing that you hate, you're really throwing everything that you stand for away, huh?
死が富より価値あるものがここにはある。
Yeah, a conscience?
だったら教えてよ。どこにあるのよ。そんな素敵なものがさ。
バルジェロ、来るぞ。
Ah, you look so cool. Just as cool as I imagined you would. Oh, I love the fit. The fit's super cool. All right, divine speed. I think that's what I want to go ahead and rock first. That looks good to me. Stia, Stroke of Genius, Share SP. Just first aid, Delicia, please. Alright, Piercing Shadow. Ooh, lower the elemental defense of the foe. Not yet, not yet. We want to Piercing Shadow. There we go. Now you're not quite as fast, which is very, very good. Let's see, book. Let's just go ahead and find out. Is staff the other one? No. Okay, so it could be a lot of things. Alright, and my speed and evasion is boosted, so let us goad you. And your accuracy is lowered. Thank you. Evasion tank. Love my evasion tanks. Alright, let's poisonous touch. Okay, you are weak to axe. Good. I will smack you with one of those. You do have a lot of breakpoints. That I will give you. Tons of breakpoints. Sword? Oh, I missed. I should have switched to Finn there. Alright, we're working on lowering all your stats. Numbing stab? Ooh, paralysis. That's no fun. Alright, switch out, Kael'thas. We are going to set up a bunch of parries. There we are. And then I will taunt you next round. First aid. You. Alright. And I do want to keep your defenses low. Might be good to Mind Sap now, though. Let's keep your speed low. Let's see. Elemental Bash. Yeah, and then we'll break you next turn. Thank you. God, parry is very strong. Okay. Macy. Whack. And you are going to provoke Viator. And your elemental defense is lowered, but I'm not going to be able to make much use of it right now. Fine. Let's just break you now. This is kind of a waste because I only get to attack with you like the once. But your elemental defense is already lowered. Devastating shot. Ooh, 13-17. That's pretty nice. That wasn't even like full charge. Ooh. Raising my own elemental attack would have been amazing there before I did this, but I was too busy bashing. Alright. 1990, I will take. the chop wood. It's not gonna do tons of damage, but it's 1,000. I'll take it. Okay, let's swap you out. You do still have your stuff, yeah. You do keep your buffs. We are going to do a triple throw. Bang, bang, bang. Double edge, thank you, Bargello. And, okay, you are hurting. You are in pain. Let's go ahead and buff you up with physical attack. Swift stance. Ooh. Paralysis, eh? Let's go ahead and goad you again. Double edge. Okay, now just gonna go ahead and hit you twice there. Gonna swap back to Quinn. I am maxed on BP, so we can do that. Smack, smack, smack. We did miss. That's cute. That's adorable, actually. Axe them. Sidestep. Goad. I will goad you one more time. Or actually, no, you were still super provoked. What am I doing? Whoops. I was like, there's no point in just attacking basic with you, but yeah. Ooh. Okay, so here's what I want to do. No, we don't need to do that. Let's hit you once. Bargello's gonna hit. I will just use my book. I missed. Damn it. Okay, well luckily Stia can do it for us. Okay, you did hit. Good. Alright. Viator. Go ahead and do a vacuum slice. 2204. Now that, I think, is our highest damage value we've seen so far. I do have one more turn after this, so what we are going to do is pray, raise my elemental attack, and then we will totally obliterate you. Devastating shot. Of course, you might die here. No? Okay. You can go ahead and do a double throw. And here comes the big one. Duskfall. 1959, that's pretty good. You're still barely alive. What's your learn skill? Double slam? Eh. Should be using that more, I guess. Ooh, I got the poison on you. Finn. Go for just 4 attacks. Should have had you use the bow, though. I think your bow's better. Dun, 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 dun. HP Thief. That sounds good. I think that's the one that just lets you steal HP with a dagger.
Sonia.
だけどヘルミニア様に代わり富ある暮らしを知った。こんな世界があるんだって生まれ変わったみたいにヘルミニア様が教えてくれたの。生まれる家は選べない。でも生き方は選べるって。私もあの方のようになりたかった。
Yeah, you got a little bit greedy and stuff. You wanted your own harem.
Bargello! Sonia.
私はもうどこへも帰れない。
Did a little bit of harakiri.
いつの間にか 忘れてたわ。白ぶどう畑のこと。ねえ、アルジェラ、もう一度見たい。一緒に。春が来てる。白ぶどうの
ソニア。
バルジェロ、アジトに戻ろう。
Are we burying her at the vineyard? Yep. I mean, that makes sense.
富がソニアを変えてしまった。
Wealth does do that.
富とは何だ。
さあな。だが仕方ねえさ。誰でも金は欲しい。
Eh. Eh. The only real reason I would see to have like a bunch of money would just be to use to help people, which would be fantastic, but I would never want to be mega rich because being like a billionaire, trillionaire especially, is like you have to actively harm and just stomp on people to get to that point. No one becomes a billionaire or trillionaire without doing some horrible things, even if they don't directly see the ramifications of the things that they're doing. They are harming people by getting to that point, and by hoarding the money, they're especially harming people, because there's no possible way they could ever spend all of that money in their lifetime. They're just hoarding it for absolutely no reason when they could be using it to help people. Being a millionaire, yeah, whatever, fine. Billionaire, trillionaire is like, what? No.
求めても乾くだけなのにな。
I just don't understand how you can't be empathetic to everyone around you when you have that much money and want to help solve problems. It does not compute with my brain why they hoard cash.
死んだら大金もクソと同じだぜ。
Sure won't.
まったくだ。
That's why so many of them want to be immortal.
ヘルミニアは富を餌に人の心を操る。利用された人間は数えきれないだろう。こんな町じゃ誰も報われない。
Yep.
少しはマシな町にしなければ。
Let's get the guillotines, Bargello. Let's do it. I'll have Stia make some.
そうか。ヘルミニアに町と仲間を奪われたのか。あんたも故郷のために戦ってたんだな。
Can't believe that we've been working together this long and I've never told you that.
だがまだだ。俺たちはまだ戦わなければならない。
続きを言ってくれ、ボス。
ヘルミニアの屋敷へ乗り込むぞ。
Yeah, I saw the location. It was level 16, so I knew that was next.
そう来なくっちゃな。
だがタビアーニは死んだ。後ろ盾もないぜ。
俺に考えがある。お前らの命預けてくれ。
クールだ。
I really like this quest line. I'm into this one because, like, not to say the other ones aren't good. They are all good quest lines. But I'm very into this one because we kind of have like a little crew, you know, which is neat. And we're taking out oppressors, which obviously all of them you're taking out oppressors in some way. But I like the whole like little group dynamic we have going on We're like a scrappy little, you know, revolution group. We're like Avalanche or something, you know? I like that part. And Titus, like the main character that we have in Titus's thing is just Velnorth. Which Velnorth's fine, but it's not like a crew, you know? And we obviously had Rinyu before too. And then honestly I feel like I need to see more of the Fame path to know how much I like that one, but I like that we have like a little group of friends in this route.
ソニアがしくじったようです。
Yeah, so Lady in Waiting, you're a later boss fight. Possibly the next one.
ああ、そうですの。次を探しておきなさい。あのボーイ、バルジェロでしたっけ？あの静かに燃える情熱的なね。初めて見たとき、少し高ぶりましたの。
Yeah, you feel like it's someone that's unbreakable that you just want to break. Yeah. I was wondering if this was gonna go that route.
あの子。
You want Bargello to be one of your harem?
ウィッシュベール出身のようです。
覚えておきますわ。
You should. We're Scrooge McDucking it again.
ねえ、また増えましたよ。ガブリエラ姉様。アニータ姉様。
Did you make statues of them? I would hope that you didn't turn them into statues somehow. Do you have a Gorgon employed?
喜ばないの？大好きな金貨ですわ。ああ、喋れませんわね。金で固めてありますもん。苦しみ、死、絶望に染まるその表情。
Oh, you had them like molded in gold, alive, I'm guessing? Oh god.
たまらなく好きですわ。
Or I don't know, you had a sculptor nearby sketching as you killed them and then made a sculpture based off of that.
どんな宝石より輝いていますわよ。そこでそうやって見ていらして。私が世の富をすべて手に入れるの。
Glad this money that could help, like, you know, starving children and sick people is just sitting in here collecting dust in your vault. So you can walk in and ooh and ah at it every day. Real good use of that money. Alright, we did it. And my rank went up. I am now 7 wealth. So let's learn some skills. Just inflict sleep, soporific fog. Bow damage and move to the back row. Maybe. Ice damage to a foe and chance to inflict sleep. Deal ice damage to a foe 2 times. Give me a retreating shot. Physical attack plus 50. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then I want... Probably gonna go for blinding light. Elemental attack plus 50. A new job! Yes! New job! Protagonist job. Okay. Cleric. So I could make myself a cleric. Holy Light, Brain Bash, Sacred Flames Protection, Light of Judgment. Hunter. Feeling like I'm probably leaning towards that. Arrow of Fortune is fun. Warrior, Dancer. Extra JP. Do have. Let's go Cleric. My elemental attack is going to go down a ton, but yeah. I unlocked a new job, Cleric. All right, equip skills. I wish I could grab some of my other things because yeah. Currently, oh wait, did I not actually change? I didn't actually change. I just unlocked it. Protagonist jobs. Yes, there you go. Yeah, and you can't change these yet, unfortunately. It's just based off of whatever class you're on, but you can get these, and then... Yeah, so it seems like unlocking the support skills is kind of only useful when you're actually that class. Which is, like, fine, but, you know. Would be nice to learn skills from some other classes and then just immediately put them on a new one. I need to actually sort your equipment because you have a makeshift staff. You can have that, and you can have the Zephyrian fan. Okay, so elemental attack is back up to 207, which is good. Alrighty. Hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time for some more.